Last night, Conan O'Brien mentioned that in the near future, the Oscars will not be televised anymore and it will be posted live on YouTube. That is something I am looking forward to because in the past few years, the hosts, Conan and Jimmy Kimmel, mentioned that about 1 billion people watch the Oscars worldwide every year. By putting it on YouTube, we will see if that is true because there is a growing number of people who believe the Oscars is no longer relevant to pop culture. And if you believe that, you agree with Timothy Chalamet. He was expressing a fear that he has, that he wants the theaters to stay open. He wants people to care. Now, last night's Oscars reached 98 years, almost a century. Okay, the Oscars was first televised back in 1927, and the film industry as we know it started in 1905, I believe, and the motion picture camera was invented in 1895, if I remember correctly. Now, last night proves that only black folks appreciate black excellence, even though everyone benefits from it. After the award show was over, I was looking over at my Oscar ballot, and last night was bittersweet. More bitter than sweet. Okay? Let me just mention that. More bitter than sweet. I was shocked that Autumn Akapar won for Best Cinematography. She is the first woman to win in that category after 97 years. Her speech made me teary eyed. It was beautiful, um, wonderful accomplishment. I am happy Michael B. Jordan won. The Academy got that right. Ludwig Göransson won for Best Score, and rightfully so. But Sinners got robbed in editing, directing, and Best Picture. Now, someone is going to ask, did you expect Sinners to win in every category it was nominated for? My answer is no. I predicted that Frankenstein would win for production design, costume design, hair, and makeup, and it won. I also predicted that F1 would win an award for sound, and it did. Someone is going to say the Oscars doesn't always go to the popular movie, and that's why one battle after another got directing and best picture. I say that is true, but how do you explain best original song? Golden was the most popular song on that list, but I Lied to You was a better song. Lionel Richie presented the award for Best Original Song, and he said it best. The original song sums up what the movie is really all about. I Lied to You is a better song, and it is basically the highlight of the one scene everybody won't stop talking about. Okay, how it's like one of the greatest achievements in movie history. Okay, the juke joint scene where everybody is dancing, and it's literally poetry in motion right there. Like if you want poetry in motion, that scene in Sinners is right there. The reason why that song is less popular is because blues music is not popular. But what people are not aware of is a lot of K-pop music have been mostly influenced by Michael Jackson. I hear it all the time. I listen to a lot of K-pop music. I like K-pop music, but I hear the Michael Jackson influence. I hear it all the time. MJ was a pop slash R&B slash funk slash soul singer. Okay, he was combining a bunch of different genres on his Thriller album. Now, R&B and funk and soul have all descended from the blues. Rock music is one of the descendants of the blues. That is a whole other topic. We can talk about American music, all of American music, coming from the gospel and the blues. Now, going back to my original idea, after 98 years, you're going to tell me that black men can write a good screenplay, but they can't make a good movie? Come on. Now, Barry Jenkins got nominated for Moonlight. He loses the directing award, but Moonlight wins Best Picture. Remember that? Steve McQueen got nominated for 12 Years a Slave. The screenwriter John Ridley, a black writer, won for screenplay. Steve McQueen loses for directing, but it won Best Picture. Remember that? Yeah. Anyone who understands filmmaking knows a good screenplay makes a good movie. Now, the one who wins director does not always win Best Picture. I get that, I remember that. But screenplay and directing and Best Picture go hand in hand in hand. Now, last night, we saw that after 98 years, black men cannot win Best Director. Now, here's the thing, in order for the Oscars to be relevant again, they have to figure out a balance between popularity and quality. Sinners got 16 nominations, and it even grossed higher than one battle after another. According to the box office mojo, Sinners is in the top 10 of last year. One battle is ranked number 30. After 16 nominations and grossing $279 million at the box office, that is proof right there. Everyone benefits from black excellence. Movie tickets are so expensive now that there are literally two reasons people are going to the movies in the post-COVID era. Two reasons: Ryan Coogler and Christopher Nolan. Aside from Disney, aside from animated films, aside from Marvel, aside from DC. Paul Thomas Anderson is not the first person to walk away with more than one Oscar in one night. Last year it happened. Sean Baker won 4 Oscars for Anora. This one guy won for editing, screenplay, director, and Best Picture. You see how screenplay and directing and Best Picture go hand in hand in hand? Yeah. Then several years ago, Alfonso Cuarón won 3 Oscars for Roma. One guy won for cinematography, director, and Best International Film. At the time, it was called Best Foreign Language Film. But the most awkward moment of the night, oh my God, Sean Penn wins his 3rd Oscar, beating 4 actors who did show up, and he decides not to show up. Why not give it to Delroy Lindo? Why not give it to Jacob Elordi? Why not give it to both? There was a tie in the short live action category. There is this saying in the black community, you have to be twice as good as everyone else to get by. We need to throw that idea out the window and just be human. Why? Because up until the ceremony, everyone thought that Chalamet was going to win Best Lead Actor, even though Jordan literally played a set of twins. Because after making Black Panther, after it made $1 billion at the box office, Ryan Coogler comes back to give the world an original movie, okay, that got people to go back to the theaters, and it gets 16 nominations, and he does not win for directing and Best Picture. Nope. Black excellence should be reserved for black folks, okay? Everyone else deserves black human beings being human. Nothing more.